I guess one day is back to typing. Oh
No,
no,
I'm
no.
working from home today.
Oh, cool. All
Yeah, I switch
right.
it.
How has your week been? Any wins? Anything that you can say, okay, this week this is how it went, and I'm so glad about it.
Well, I just filed my taxes today, so I'm very glad. I've been, I've
I'm
been
glad for
having
you.
nightmares about filing my taxes. So
I am glad for you too.
I don't know if to call that a win, but I was so apprehensive filing it because 2 years ago I got slapped with a very huge payback that I had to go on a payment plan. So when
Wow.
I came back this year, today, I just felt like I just finished about 30 minutes ago with my accountant. I am so relieved.
I sent out mine this over the weekend to my accountant, so he hasn't responded. Well, I don't know if he has because last year I reached out and said you haven't responded, and he was like, I have. So at the end of this, I'm reminded that yes, I need to reach out to him again to see how
Mhm,
far. At least
mhm.
I'll hit the deadline before the 30th.
Before the 30th. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all good. And you know something, it's also the way to go because that's the way we also have to run our businesses, filing
Mm,
our taxes on time and just, keep staying on top of whatever it is that we are doing and having the right structure and system in whatsoever we are doing. All right. Is there anything that you have to share with us, Moj?
Anything different about from taxes?
Typing. Oh yeah, like any wins for your week? I know last week you shared some great things with us.
Nothing new. No,
Okay,
nothing different. Yeah.
and that's fine. That's fine. So I'm happy about our session today because we're moving on to module two. Before we start, you would have noticed I had shared something in the WhatsApp group saying that if anybody was interested in uh, a bonus course, a module I'm going to be doing. You should type clock it. And the reason I'm doing that particular module is because through conversations, two people have mentioned that this is something they want to do. So I'm going to add it as a bonus for them. And then I don't know if this also affects you. Another bonus module I'll be doing is showing people how to write a course, how do you build the modules, how do you build the lessons around it, and through different conversations, I see it's something people want to do, so I would be able to share that sometime next month. It looks like Moj was kicked out. Let me see if she needs help or if she'll be able to come back in. Let me see. Okay, she's back. Okay.
I'm back. It's raining here, and I don't know,
Okay. Okay.
everything going crazy. So
Okay.
this is another diva.
So welcome to module two. Module two says the theme of the title of module two is the kingdom offer suits. And the theme here is how you design offers that deliver transformation. So let's delve right into it. So I've already said you welcome, and we've already shared our wins. So this has, I think, 4 lessons. Let's start. So the first lesson is the 3-tier offer map. And I want to introduce this concept to you by introducing you to this concept or to this story, the Drive Carefully experiment, which is something that was carried out years ago, and the results are very interesting. So let's take a look at the two pictures that you can see. one on the left and one on the right. So the message on both pictures, would you say that the message is the same?
Not necessarily. I think the first one, they're basically saying the same thing, but the second one is adding like a kind of urgency to it because it has please drive safely. It's bigger. They want you to
Okay.
see it. It's right in your face. The other
Yeah.
one is so tiny, you might not even notice it.
Okay. All right. Do you want to add anything to that, Moji?
No, I was just going to talk about the delivery, same thing.
Okay, good. So here's the experiment. This is somebody's home, and the people who were advocates for this drive carefully thing go to a home and tell them, you have a big space in the back of your home. Is it okay if we bring this billboard? Because we notice that we've been having accidents, we want to reduce the number of incidences. So we need a big billboard to show people that they need to stop driving, anyhow, let them drive carefully. All right. So that's like a big ask. Like, look, can we put this billboard in your backyard? What do you think the response will be?
It's for them to put a billboard in their backyard.
Yes.
It's not going to put the whole backyard, but it's for their safety, yeah?
Not for their safety, it's for the safety of the community.
Community. I don't see why they shouldn't agree. They work together on how it can be done, something.
Okay. What do you think, Wande?
Oh, I think it depends on the space I have. If I don't have space and they want to put this kind of big billboard, I would say no. If I
Okay.
have the space for it, why not? So everybody can see it and it helps the community.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to work together, yeah.
Okay, so now if you have the choice to choose between this billboard and this sticker to place on your window that says drive safely, which are you likely to choose?
For my home,
Yes.
I'll take this, but why would I want to put this big thing? It's like, really?
There you go. Exactly.
Something.
Exactly. So when now, obviously, I mean, this is a garden here. If you're thinking of fact that if you're someone that loves your garden, you plant different kinds of flowers, you might look at that. I'm sorry, I hear you. When I drive well, so you cannot come and ruin my backyard because you're trying to do this advocacy, right? So the thing is that, okay, it was a 1966 study, all right? And the researchers who carried this out are called Friedman and Fraser. Okay, it was in California. 83% of homeowners refuse the massive ugly drive carefully billboard in their yard. It's like, sorry, we're not doing. But a separate group was asked for that 3-inch window, this one, and almost everyone agreed to it. It was a no-brainer. But what is interesting is this. When the group of people who have agreed to the small sticker were approached after 2 weeks, that can we place a billboard in your backyard, 76% of that group agreed to the giant billboard. So let's look at it. 83%, when outrightly asked, can we put this billboard, said, no, I don't want it in my backyard. almost everybody says, small ask, I'll do it. And the result is that 2 weeks after, when they went to meet these people, it was like, sure, you can bring the billboard. What is this called in marketing? It's called the foot in the door. Now, the psychology behind it is that when somebody we have 4 people. Okay, it's Moj. Came with another device. The psychology of this is this.
Sorry, I'm using 2 internet
devices.
speed
No
so that
When somebody asks something small from you, you're not thinking that, oh, you don't have to, it's a no-brainer. You don't think about it. So you are more likely to do it. All right. So, but that doing makes you an advocate, makes you someone that actually could care about such a cause. All right. Now, what has this got to do with our cause in any form or shape? Is that many times when we are trying to get our foot in the door, we tend to ask for big things from people. And what I want to show us today is how can we step up what we are asking from people? How can we build whatever we're doing in such a way that by the time we move from step 1 to step 3, at step 3, we can open our mouth and say, I want this from you. Because people, you have groomed them and nurtured them through different steps. How do you move from a handshake to a hug to a marriage? How do you move from transactional selling to relational shepherding? How do you build a relationship? So let us look at this concept, the random product syndrome. When I showed this to the other group, it was so funny the way they responded. So let me see what we have here. So we have 2 pictures here. One is on the left side is a random product, and the other one is the shepherd. What can you interpret by what you are seeing? Let's start with the first one, the hunter. What can you see here?
This hunter is just someone who just goes into the wild. He's not focused.
Okay, lack of focus, I like that.
Yeah, he's just, I'm a hunter, so I'll just kill anything, whatever I can get. It's like no direction, look at a deer, bird. It's like, which one are you?
Okay.
So, but then the shepherd, you can tell, okay, you know what he's doing.
Right.
It just seems more focused to me, more organized and structured.
Right. One day.
I would say the same thing. That's basically what I was thinking too.
Right. So what happens is that in business.
Oh, and one more thing.
Yes.
The shepherd has nicer clothes than the hunter.
Because he's not stressed. He's not stressed. Look at his sweats. I like that. When you do not have focus, like Moji said, on what you are doing, today you want to do this, or the idea here is a good idea, you are going to spend 5 times more energy to acquire one thing. Because here, he's run that if I can just catch that deer, whoever enters my space now, I'll just fling this thing, I'll catch you. Remember when we did that ball thing? Where you throw the ball into the market and it bounces back because you didn't really aim at anything in particular. So here again, we're going deeper that in whatever you're doing, you still need, it's about mission, really. We can see what the shepherd, he's leading the same sheep, leading the same flock into deeper levels. So even if he began in this field, and he now wants to take them, my sheep hear my voice, they follow me. The sheep will not be doubting that where are you taking me to? Because he has spent enough time with them. They trust the shepherd, and so they will follow the shepherd wherever he leads them. But when you do not settle down in a particular thing, what happens is that you yourself will be dissipating too much energy. So as you look at the things you want to do, side hustles or whatever, these are things you need to bear in mind. Many people, kingdom people, we have a lot of ideas, a lot. In a coaching session I was in, and I could relate with the person. He was talking about, the coach was like, what exactly are you trying to do? But this guy was just here, there, everywhere. And I don't say it as a negative because I was once like that, right? You have to be clear about who you're trying to serve, who are you trying to catch. This way, you can't be catching the bird and catching the fox and catching the deer at the same time. All right. And then let's see why this is important. So, you have what you can call a disconnected business. So if you have an ebook you want to have, or run a webinar or a coaching, excuse me, please. Sorry about that. Anything you want to do, it has to relate to one to another. So if somebody watches you running a YouTube thing, does it relate to these other aspects? If it doesn't mean you can't run it. It just means that you might have to have a different channel for it. So that when they're on this channel, they know that on this channel, this is what this person discusses. Now, have you seen some YouTubers have multiple channels? Anybody? Or have you even noticed that YouTubers have multiple channels?
No.
Okay. Do you
I
watch
have, but
YouTube?
they don't have the same. This way I looked at it, like this person can have this YouTube channel, I'll call it this name, and have another one with another name. Is that what you mean? Is the same person?
Yes.
Yes, I've observed that with, yeah.
Yes.
But I just thought it was the way of them sorting themselves out for setting, I don't know why, but I've seen that.
Is the focus that is different. So I'll give you an example. There's a guy called Don Azar. Don Azar used to do a lot of teaching on business conversations and things like that, or topics that are more like political, newsworthy, like news analysis. Yes, I would say news analysis. And he was doing it for a while. But along the way, social discussions and conversations, excuse me, I burnt food. Social discussions and conversations started coming in, and he began to discuss it there. So his original niche market was analyzing political issues, discussing those things. That means that the people who joined him initially were happy to join him because of that conversation. Now, in the past few months, because of all the many happenings, he has found himself having social conversations, meaning he's not doing his teaching analysis as he used to do. If he continues that way, he will lose that niche that grew his brand in the beginning. So now he has opened another channel so that on that channel, the focus will be only things to do with politics, teaching, and like while one other channel, do you get it? So when you go on each channel, you will know, okay, when I'm here, this is the kind of conversation I expect to hear. When I'm here, this is the conversation. So creating various products is not a bad thing. What it is that you just have to separate it in a way that is clear in the mind of the person, your audience. As I've just shared now, the target audience for the politics is not the same as the target audience. Some people, all they just want is the gist, and all the same markets. All right. Also, when we create multiple products, it means we are having to look for clients for each of those products. That is a lot of energy being dissipated. Okay. And then research shows that the cost of acquisition is much more expensive than to keep. So you have between 5 and 25 times more it will cost you to acquire one new client. Where is all this conversation going to? We're looking at the hunter versus the shepherd. The hunter every day has to look for a new prey, but the shepherd is leading the same sheep to their promised land. All right? So when you want to look at whatever you are doing, you have to have what is called an offer map. You have to have a strategy for how do I lead the people I'm going to serve into their Canaan land. And remember, in one of the modules, we were looking at pain points. In the initial conversation, like let us say at the level of the foot in the door, you may not be able to, excuse me, solve the problems, really reach the pain points of your avatar, the people who you want to serve. But you can lead them to the point where they trust you to continue with you because you will get them to their promised land. Okay, so let us now look at the architecture of this three-tier system. Let's look at the first tier, which is the handshake. So the first tier is handshake. From the handshake, you can hug. That's in any relationship. No relationship starts with marriage, generally speaking. Shake your hands, talk to each other, then you move the person. But in business, every tier increases the value that you are giving to the customer or you are giving to the client or whoever. Every tier increases in value, and by inference, the clients will pay you more. We're going somewhere with this. So the foot in the door, which is your entry level one, your tier one, that is the sticker we saw in the window. It will have a price point. Don't worry about this, my $27 to $97. It doesn't matter. It will have a price point. All right. The primary goal is to build trust and create an identity shift from browser to buyer. Who is a browser? You go online, you just keep flipping. People making, should I not? I would have loved to do this, but no, not at this price. All right. They are browsers, but there's a kind of level of pricing that you can give to the people that will make them feel, you know what, I can buy. Let me use what we are doing right now as an example. How did you, Moji and Wande, get here? What was your sticker in the window price? If you can remember.
How did we get here, as in the
How did you
course,
join this
or
course?
It was after the
after
90
the first one?
day or
Yeah.
that
And
first
what was the
something we
sticker?
did.
What was the sticker in the window price?
The first one,
Yes.
I don't know, was something, I don't know, was it $1? I can't remember, it was something small.
You
It
see,
was
you can't remember. You can't.
I don't know, it was some
It
weird
was
figure we were using.
$9 for 90 days.
Okay.
9.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a figure that's, well, Tim Hortons, McDonald's, even McDonald's, you spend more, right? So that
Yeah.
was the sticker in the window. A no-brainer. All right? That was the handshake. Now, if the value you got in that for that $9 was not good enough, when I offered that there's another one to do, you'd have been like, I'm not sure. Do you get? So, but you said, I will put my foot in. Now, so not everybody paid the full fee. Some people paid the full $299. Some people paid $100. In fact, I need to send out email to those who didn't pay their full fee. Do you understand? Sticker in the door or sticker in the window to just come in and start from somewhere. All right? Not, let me continue, go back to the sharing. The primary goal of this sticker in the window is to build trust, to move away from just browsing to buying. But it is important that even at the browser stage, right, somebody pays something. It's not free. Because statistics show that when people go for freebies, they rarely convert. They rarely convert. Let us use dry cleaning because that's what I can speak about. Mrs. Williams, how many people who used to get free cleaning in Washerman converted to paying for the service? That you can remember?
Zero.
Maybe Val? Does she?
I don't consider her a customer.
Okay, so let us do her.
It's not most because even when we made those changes and all that, they no to be a no. The only people that remained are the ones who remained freebies.
Exactly. So that's you find out that people, I even like this example, people who get freebies, all because you are trying to show them I can do it. One day you said you've had some thoughts about things you want to do. Do not, under any circumstance, offer it to anybody for free, particularly people of our pigmentation. We like free. But what is interesting is that they will refuse to upgrade beyond that free. Anybody who is not willing to pay what they should pay, let it go. There are people that will pay what it costs because the same people will go and pay somebody else. So anyway, your sticker in the window is like you're testing the market. Is this thing even worth it? Should I or should I not? Do you get? So at that level, you're doing that. Now, when you offer such a thing, you have a singular promise. You are delivering something. When we did the 90 days, it was 90 days of birthing. We want to birth business, went through the whole structure and we prayed about it. That was the singular goal, singular focus. For you, you can even choose anything you want to do. Some people say, oh, I'm going to do a 7-day challenge to show you how to do this. Not multiple things, one thing. It is your sticker in the window. Then the next thing is you've done the sticker in the window. In that experiment, they came back and said, since you accepted the sticker, can we now bring the billboard? 76% said, yes, sure, why not? Now you have a hug. This is your billboard. This is now your in your business. This is now your core. This is your cash cow. This is your what's it called? Your cash cow, your core business. The earlier one is not the core. The earlier one is a part of the core. This is now the core. This is the one that delivers transformation or delivers the promise that I have promised you I'm going to take this off your neck, off this burden off you, and this is how I take this burden off you. This is the meat of whatever you are doing. And once you're able to identify this, your meat, what happens thereafter is for you to scale up and serve that same people more. Whatever you are doing, you need to start looking at how can I serve people beyond this level I'm doing right now? I have been circling this mountain long enough. I have been serving in this same manner, day in, day out, year in, year out. Is there anything else I can do that is now premium for my clients? Again, we might say, okay, premium offer, if I use again dry cleaning business, is I come to your home to pick up your clothes for you, let us say. But is that really a premium offer? Is it solving a headache for the clients? Is the client saying, oh my God, if you did not have this system in place, it will have been a serious problem for me? What services, what thing can be offered to a client that is related that becomes a premium offer? Or whatever else you choose to do. Whatever you choose to do. There is the handshake, there is the hug, and then there is the marriage. And that brings us to this third point, the tier 3. This is where the person you are serving is ready to pay more. This is where there's closer proximity. This is where you say, okay, I am the one coming to do it for you. Some clients value their time more than money. They want the baker, not just the bread. You see that happen where, okay, I keep giving the example of this luxury eating. What does Val call what she does? What's it called?
Who is Val?
Somebody called Val. Premium, it's like luxury eating. Where, sorry?
The name just escaped me now.
I can't remember what it is. I'll tell you what it is. So it's a restaurant, but not a restaurant open to the public. It's a restaurant where maybe you don't have like a board meeting and they want a private place to do that. So it's a high-end kind of service that is being offered. They invite, so the board will come to that particular location. There's nowhere anywhere that shows that this place is a restaurant, and you have like a celebrity chef, as it were, or that kind of level that will be the ones to serve them. So the same place that you would have bought for $100, you probably spending $250 on for the same plates. Do you get? That is, the people are saying, why do people hire celebrity chefs? Even in their home, they'll say, oh, well, I'm hosting. And they'll go and invite a celebrity chef to come and cook for them. It's money. That means that celebrity chef has packaged themselves that, okay, at this level, if anybody says they need me, I will be charging $20,000 for me to be present. Otherwise, I have a team that I can send out to do the service. I gave the example of, I don't know if it was in this meeting, I gave the example of Sonny Ade, but I can give it that, say it again. Have I shared the Sonny Ade story with you guys?
No.
No.
Good. So Sonny Ade, that I remember, used to have, let us say, four. We all know who Sonny Ade is, right? The musician.
Yeah.
He used to have like four groups, from what I understand. So let's say his fee in those days, it wasn't much comparatively, but it was much at that time. Let us say his fee was 1 million naira. Okay, for you to invite Sonny Ade, you pay 1 million naira. But guess what? Sonny Ade may not attend that wedding, even though you paid him 1 million naira. He will send one of his teams. I don't know if his team even had A, B, C, D. They will get there and they will sing all of Sonny Ade's songs.
Yeah.
They will do everything except Sonny Ade is not there.
Yeah.
But there were certain people that would pay the same 1 million naira. No matter what it is, Sonny Ade will be there. The likes of Okoya, the likes of Oba, anybody, and who are different. You had to be of that caliber for Sonny Ade to show up. Why do you think that was the case?
Because he knows the connection he can get from those people. And
I like
even
that.
that 1 million they're paying, he's gonna make 100 times much more than that when they're
Period.
spraying him. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. You know, Obey actually does that. Even now,
Even
even now when people call him, his son Tolu actually sings for him, except in certain places.
and he
It's
comes
like
with
you
his
said, it's
chair,
the connection and everything. Yeah, and he'll sit down.
and
Yeah.
they come and meet him and drop the bundles on him.
That's
So
right.
you have to know your value. Right now, you have to start pricing yourself. What will my premium value be? You have to, you see the price point I put here, ignore that $3,000. Look at the 10,000. What should your premium value be? It's not that you just want to charge people for charging sake. You want to charge people because you know you're going to give them value. You know that there'll be transformation. You know that when they engage whatever it is you have to offer, they'll be thanking you for it. Why will somebody pay for a wedding gown 30 million naira? Why? Is it because they have the excess? And we have so many other examples we could use like that. Whatever it is you're doing, you have to go back to the drawing board and say, what will be my legging? What will be my handshake? What will be my married level? What at this level now, you see, I said for those who want speed and proximity, that means they can easily call you, they can easily ask for your help. When I attended a session with Reverend Sam, who at that for that one, he wasn't doing Reverend, it was Dr. Sam Adeyemi. The pitch he made was for $55,000. If you want to join his circle, you join his circle for $55,000, and then he will share with you the different things you do. And at that pitching, there were 2 people who were in it for a leadership program. Proximity. He cannot have everybody calling him this is not pastor work now, where Reverend Sam, this, Reverend, he went to do PhD to collect this one. And he has determined that this is the category of people he wants to serve. So if you're in business, for you to be able to pay him $55,000, it means you have reached a certain level in your business to be able to pay him that kind of money. And because you can approach him fast, there's speed and then there's proximity. What can you do? What can you do that will cause people to say, I am willing to pay this kind of money to you? One-on-one consulting, masterminds, done for you services, and so much more. What can you do? You have intellectual property. How can you convert what you have that would make people be willing to pay you, and you can scale them up? Now, let's look at cash flow. 4% of your audience is providing your revenue. That's the Pareto principle. Let me jump from here. I've already spoken about this indirectly. Okay, let me jump here. Let me just speak a bit about it because it's the same thing. All right. The common mistake that is made in business is when you try to build 3 entirely different products at once. We've spoken about that. So you want to start by baking 1 loaf. This is your 1 loaf, your big 1 loaf. One of my coaches will say, would you eat a whole cow? If someone brought a whole cow to you right now, would you say, yes, I will sit down and eat that whole cow? Let's leave cow. Goats. Will you eat a whole goat? I don't know. You slice it and you eat it in bits, right? So you slice your 1 loaf. All right. So you bake your loaf, which is your tier 2 offer. This is everything I have to offer you. Then you slice it. Slice off 1 module, slice off something that you want to offer people that they will not have to worry about how much they are spending. Let me use lawyers as an example, like the lawyer that I use. She has all these simple, I'll say simple services, like she always ensures that we are compliant, like the Watchers Prayer Ministry, she ensures that all our documentation is up to we pay a what do you call it? We pay an annual retainer, yes. And what I love about her is that once there's a change in law or anything to do with the law that pertains to the ministry, not for profit, her team is on top of it, emailing you and telling you to be compliant. All right. But that cannot be what is feeding her. Her office is in Ikoyi or Victoria Island, I'm not sure now. So if she has to wait for people who are paying her 150,000 naira every year for maintenance, email, she will make money. So the leg in the door, the handshake is, let me be your retainer. Then she now has her core things. For example, you want to buy property. You want to anything legal, general legal things that now she will tell you. There was one recently I asked her, that one was for 3 million. If you want her to do it for you. And I'm sure that there are more expensive ones. But I will not have access to this lady if she had not been doing the smaller bits before. Even sometimes she may not always do it the way that is best, but her team consistently communicates updates and different things like that. The result is that she creates top of mind awareness. All right, so let's continue. Just as we saw in the case of the hunter that was sweating and all over the place, this lady is trying to bake many things at a time. The result is that she's burnt out. This one is repurposing, taking the same thing, seeing how she can improve on it, and you can see that it's like stewardship. That's the case of the sheep and the shepherd. All right. Now, let us now look at the mathematics of what we are talking about. The Pareto fractal. We all know the Pareto principle. All right? Pareto principle tells us that out of 100% that you're earning, 20% of those people are the ones giving you your revenue. Guess what? Even in a not-for-profit organization like the Watchers, it is 20% that supports the ministry that are able to that helps to pay all the bills of the ministry. 20% is the principle. But guess what? Within that 20%, you have the 4%. The 4% are the ones who have the bleeding neck problem. The 4% are the ones, therefore, who are willing to spend for more speed. So your total audience is 100%. 20% of that 100 are giving you 80% of your revenue. But guess what? Inside that 20%, there is also a 4% who are willing to pay premium. Are we together? Now, you have to look at whatever you are doing. If I want to help these 4%, how do I want to help them? How do I identify their bleeding neck problem? How do I know that, okay, if this person has this issue, I will locate the solution so that the person is willing to pay me whatever it is that is required. What I'm trying to say is that whatever you're going to do, you must not end up at a level where you just have your core product, or worse still, you only have your foot in the door product. Because that's not what's going to give you money. What will give you money is this 4%. These people here. You need to go back. You need to pray through. When you do your work, your homework, pray about it. How do I structure it? There's a mathematics people do sometimes. They will say, oh, if you charge somebody $10 per month, let me do my mathematics, and you get 1,000 people. Let me see. What is $10 times 1,000? Is that 1 million? Was it 100 times 1,000? 10 times 1,000. No. So it's 100 then. 100 times 1,000. Okay. Let me put 100,000. Let me say this 100,000. Good. So if someone says you want to make 100,000 a month, the mathematics says if you can find 1,000 people willing to pay you $100 a month, you have your 1,000. Isn't that simple math? Where are the 1,000 people? Where? I know the earth is it 8 billion. How many billion are we? Where are these 1,000 people? It takes time to be able to get there, and it's more work. Imagine having a coaching call like this of 1,000 people. There is no point in doing this kind of Zoom. You just make it a webinar whereby nobody is really having conversations with you, because how many people do you want to answer? So you want to find who are my top 4. What do they need? How can I serve them? And I know that God will show you as you seek his face, so that you don't do struggle business. You will have your foot in the people, but you know the best part of all of this? You are shepherding them. They began first with foot in the door. Along the way, you move them to tier 2. Not everybody that started in tier 1 will enter tier 2. Some will drop by the wayside. Then you move from tier 2 to tier 3. Of course, a lot will drop by the wayside. A lot. But it's okay, because you cannot serve a lot of people at the top 4%. You need to be available for them. You have to be. Otherwise, you're not serving them. Okay. So this is just repeating what I've just said. 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, says 80% of revenue comes from 20% of your clients. The fractal nature is that within that 20%, another 20%, which is the top 4, will spend between 4 and 16% more. And I've seen that happen. The bleeding neck problem, these clients, they don't want an 8-week course. They want it fixed now. They need your hand. They need you to hold them. They need to be present. So what is the message? Stop blocking your revenue. Without a tier 3, you are forcing your most motivated clients to stay in the slow lane. There are people that they just need to know that you are there for them and you will help them achieve that thing. That is your fasting. That's where you want to get to. A good shepherd provides urgent care for the sheep that need it most. Are you blocking your tier 3 clients? You need to look at anything you're doing and say, how do I build what I have into 3 tiers such that I have this series of people? Tier 1 will always be big, but you want to shepherd them by offering more services, recognizing, you may not even know initially what it will be, you may not, but you need to recognize it. Now, how have I come about building 2 more courses? It was born out of need. By the grace of God, sometime towards the end of May, we are going to have new people join us. When they join us, they don't know that it was the demand of some people that made a course on how to write your coaching course, come up. But it is the demand from you guys that has brought that out. Are you with me? So I have to keep asking myself, how can I serve you better, even beyond what we're doing now? How can I serve you better? Okay, so putting all together, whatever you're doing, make sure you have 3 tiers. Remember that your second tier is your core offer. Your second tier is, this is the business I do. While the tier 1, I gave the example of what the lawyer does. She at least does retainership. Everybody should be able to do at least retainership, right? And then we have the tier 2, the core offer. We have the tier 3, which is where people now need more. Maybe it is a divorce law, because I found that divorce lawyer fee is very high. Almost as if the lawyer is saying, is it my fault that people say she got divorced? The fee is crazy from what I hear, right? So you have that as well. All right? The flow, stranger. The stranger will buy something small. Then you shepherd them. The stranger will buy something a bit more. You shepherd them. Then the stranger will now join something more intensive, something more personalized. All right? But guess what? When you do it that way, you're not chasing anybody like the hunter. You're not hunting people. You're not hunting. They'll be open to it. You're just walking them up the stairs. These are things that you have to pray about. Lord, show me show me how to grow this thing. Show me what is the wisdom for in my own space. As I was thinking of this today, I said, maybe I should add prayer to this whole thing because this is necessary. Yes, I can say you should pray, but maybe I should add prayer, but I'll find out, to see how that will work. It would have to be like a different day, not a different day. Sorry, no. It will have to be like taking up one of the days for it if it's something that everybody else wants, but we need to pray about these things. Okay, so this again is just pictorially demonstrating everything I'm talking about as far as your ecosystem is concerned. So now let us look at Jesus himself, which is how we conclude. Jesus had the same model. So does anybody want to talk to us about the model that Jesus had? Okay. What do you see about this?
Okay, I'm just going through it. When it first talks about tier 1 was the Sermon on the Mount, that means all the people, the ones who sat on the grass, the one they went to get food for home.
The multitudes, right?
The multitude, everybody, yes. Then
yes.
tier 2, okay, these were the 12, the disciples.
Yes.
All of them.
Yes.
Including Judah.
Yes.
Then you now have tier 3. Now, these were the real ones, the ones who followed him to the Mount of Transfiguration.
Exactly. So you can see that
those are tier 3 people, yeah.
Yes. So you see that the multitudes were, someone on the mount is talking to his low level of commitment. Well, while he's talking, some people are even getting up. They are more interested in the food they will eat. Have people eating? Geez, what's he saying again? Okay. They are there, and some people are there because, well, my friend is there. Okay. So it is a large multitude, minimal commitment. By the time you enter the 12, certain demands are now placed on you. It is the 12 and it is the 70 that now went through discipleship. These ones, the multitude, were not going through discipleship. In fact, the Bible says that they were following Jesus because of what they knew they will get. Right? But by the time we look at the 12, when at a point, some people left Jesus when he said, if you don't eat my flesh and drink my blood, you have none of me. When that happened, many people left. Then Jesus now turned to the 12 and said, are you still here? Do you want to follow them? And Peter said, where are we going to go? That you have the word of life. There's nowhere to go. In short, you have groomed us to this point that we know that there is no way to go again. We die here, as they say. So there they had deeper training. So these were the ones that were now sent out at first, the 12 and then the 70, because they had been trained. By the time we now get into the inner, why did he carry the 12 of them to the Mount of Configuration or Transfiguration? Why did he carry the 70? Because their access was different. Having identified them, he now knew that, okay, these 3, which is now your tier 3 people, are willing to pay. That is why it is James and John, if I'm not mistaken, the sons of Zebedee, the sons of Zebedee, that came and the mother said, can one sit here? One sit here.
Yeah.
Again, they were ready to die. He said, are you going to drink the cup I'm going to drink? And we are ready. So these are people that want intimate access. And look at the results. John the Revelator, he's the one that ended up having a revelation of Jesus, right? So even Jesus Christ demonstrated this to us in his own model. And I said here, honoring hunger levels. These 3 were ready. Peter said, I'm ready to die. Yes, he denied Jesus Christ, but his desire was that he will go there. And these 3 became the pillars of the church. So anything we are doing, we have to ask ourselves, how do I shepherd the people I serve until I get them to this point of the Peter, James, and John level? All right? At the end of the day, a huge warning for us. Do not give tier 3 access to tier 1 people. All right? Why? Because it's like casting pearls before swine. That's what this is. Casting pearls before swine. And we don't want to do that. Casting pearls before swine. So you don't want to give tier 3 access to tier 1 commitments until you have groomed somebody to that point. Don't give them that access. Likewise, you don't want to withhold access from those who are ready. You will begin to discern your clients when they are needing more from you. It happens in churches. Some people shift churches because it gets to a point where the revelation of the pastor is not meeting their needs, and the pastor can't meet everybody's needs. It's not even his responsibility to do so. All right. But as we're talking about business, don't cast your pearls before tier 1 level. Likewise, don't withhold access from those who are ready to go deeper and spend. What you just need to do is this: ensure that you have all the tools ready to serve those people. Take yourself out of the commodity market. Get yourself out of, I am like everybody. You are not like everybody. That's why you need to create something that distinguishes you from everybody. And that brings me to the end of today's session. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow, wow, wow. I find this a very exciting session, and I want to just get some feedback from you. How are you feeling listening to it? What's coming to your spirit as we're sharing, as we have shared?
Oh, wonderful session. I enjoyed it. I actually, this last part, the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, I started thinking of, for me, the jobs, the business, the groups, the categories of, let's say, customers, clients I have, and let's say contract jobs. And I realized that there's a group that I really need to place them properly in that tier 1. They are actually tier 1, because when you look at the ratio factor, someone who does good business, pays on time.
Yes.
Then there's the one, you get the business, but you sweat to get paid. So yes, I'm going to serve everybody. I mean, I'm not throwing anyone away. They all come in useful, but there's this particular group. I mean, we've been doing it, but I need to
pay more attention.
Pay more attention. There's some further instructions I need to give, which they're beginning to understand, but it's just making me realize that, okay, further instructions, because they are definitely tier 1.
Wonderful. Tier 3, you mean tier 3?
Tier 3. Oh, yeah. Oh, tier 3. Yes.
Wonderful. 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 Yeah. I don't know if Wande is able to speak right now because she stepped away.
Yeah, she said she'll be right back. I don't know what she's saying.
Are you back, Wande? Okay, I guess she's not back. So yeah, I'm glad about that. And one just has to always ask yourself, how do I serve these people better? And again, how do I increase the number of people in that tier? Now, you don't want them to be too much, because if they are too much, again, you will not be able to serve them very well. But a major point you made me get here, that they pay on time. And I remember last week, was it last week or week before, we did speak about people who don't pay on time. And we spoke about the value of money. So it's not that, again, like you said, it's not like you won't serve them, but hey, I don't need to rack my brain and do a 24-hour turnover for you, because you won't give me money until 3-4 months time.
Yeah. And there's even an equipment. I had told the guy who gets me stuff, that when we had discussed, I was going to get it. But for these tier 1 people, I am going to push. I'm going to get it.
Wonderful.
I'm going to get something. Yeah, we will use it for them. It will help serve them better.
Yes. So you're increasing value to them.
Way. Yes, adding value, and
yes,
it will go a lot. I mean, it will work for everybody, but for them, it would go a long way. It would really go a long way.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Great. It's always so great to have this conversation with us, and I look forward. It will either be next week or the week after that I will look at the bonus module that I spoke about in the group. So, but expect that maybe it's the week after I'll do that module. Let us at least move a bit more on this particular module. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. One day we'll get to watch the replay later. All right.